I got this from Darren Hardy, which you guys are very familiar with probably in the personal development space, affiliated with Success Magazine. He's gone on to be a world-renowned speaker and author and all sorts of other great things, but I look at him as a coach of mine and a mentor of mine. Mm-hmm. And he talked about the concept of $5 an hour work and $50 an hour work. Mm-hmm. And there's also $500 an hour work. Yep. And we as the CEO of our business, we own it all. We're the chief cook and bottle washer. But those are all different categories of doing the business. Mm-hmm. Some are $5 an hour tasks, some are $50 an hour tasks, some are $500 an hour tasks. Now, I'm not here to make a comment on, oh, you're doing a $5 an hour task, you know, that means you're less of a person. No, it's not about your wage. It's about the stage of the business that you're operating in. And when you can place more emphasis and priorities on the higher dollar activities that are going to actually move your business forward, you're going to see the result of that. Right? Versus like, oh, I got to call this seller today to make this cash offer. Let me comp it one more time because, you know, some stuff could have sold yesterday and thrown everything off in a tizzy. And let me go look at all of my notes, because if he asks a question from that call 2 weeks ago and I can't remember it, he'll think I don't care about him as a seller. So let me just, let me see if I can find his business card so I make sure there's not a typo in REI Blackbook so that I call the right number. You see the psychology of this creative avoidance? Why do I laugh about it and make fun? Because y'all have done it. Why? Because I've done it. Like, I don't want to give an offer to this dude. He's a jerk. He's going to say no. Well, don't call him in, because why bother if you got that attitude, right? But if that's an activity that's going to help me move the ball forward, if making that phone call is the difference in making 5 or 10 grand this month and not,
make that phone call.
Make that phone call, and don't be shuffling papers on the desk. It's so easy to get caught up in things that we can do to creatively avoid eating that frog. And that's where you have to understand, where am I operating? What is the level of my business I'm operating at? Because if I'm constantly operating at $5 an hour tasks, then I'm going to probably get $5 an hour types of results. Mm-hmm. And you guys are trying to be kingpins, moguls, property barons, CEOs, or you just want to make an extra few grand a month so you can fire the boss or have some supplemental income because you actually like what you're doing. All of those are cool. But understanding that if you're not doing the $500 an hour tasks, who is? Better be you, or you better get a clue, or better find someone new who could do it for you. All right? Because that's the truth of how this business operates. Somebody's got to make this stuff happen. And you're the rock star. You're the one that cut the check. You're the one that signed up for the big coaching program and the software and all the things that you needed to go down this path, because there's some element of financial freedom that appeals to this for 99% of us. So if that's you, stepping back from the how I'm making the money and what I'm doing in this market and that market, and this is competitive, and am I wholesaling or flipping or renting, like, focus on high value tasks as best you can. And if you start where you are and level up and graduate over time, that's totally cool. Because we were getting, you know, my sister to write letters and her mom to write yellow letters, and because that's what we had to work with, because we couldn't just pay people like, hey, I'll bring over some bottles of wine and let's write letters. The first 50 will look good. The second 50, oh my gosh, it's like a doctor prescription. But the idea being that, like, not everybody's just totally breaded where they can just pay for everybody and have the perfect stats. That does come in time as you evolve. So there's still times where I do grunt work, like, oh my gosh, why am I even doing this task, right? But that's when you get opportunities to hire those that operate well in that arena. And just because you don't like wiping down your toilet bowl on the floor because your kids are always missing the target, doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't have an issue with it. Pay me $150, I'll clean all the toilets in your house, I'll vacuum everything and wipe it down and we're good to go. What? Do it now. Sign up twice a week, twice a month, whatever. So the idea that I really want to leave you guys with is start to evaluate yourself. We're working on doing a better job of refreshing some of the scorecards we use to evaluate our actions in the business. And for this reason, because we can easily go down the path of just trying to chase fires that pop up and put them out, but it's not always in your best interest to operate in react mode. Am I right, parents? That don't get up before your kids? So just keeping that at the heart of what you focus on when you evaluate your business results, because there should be some time once a week, once a month, you know, once a quarter that you're kind of looking at things and saying, is this really what I want? And if you're not seeing the results that you want, start to look at what's going well, what's not going well, what makes me feel good. If I'm at the end of the week constantly feeling bad, there's a trigger. There's something either hidden or known that's making you feel that way. And it could be just the guilt from knowing that you're not operating at that high value and that you're like wallowing in the lower tiers of value because there's something you're avoiding. And if you can at least acknowledge that, then maybe you can get help with it or get it offloaded, delegated, etc. But $500 hour task is where we continually want to attempt to operate CEO status. We all start in the mailroom. We got to get to middle management and up to CEO. And that's really what I want to see for all you guys. Don't get stuck in the minutia. Do things that help move the needle. Use the tools and the connectors that make it all happen. And get help when you need it. We're in your corner. We're cheering you guys all the way to the goal line. We want to help you do the Icky Wood shuffle in the end zone with no 15-yard penalty at the kickoff. So how about that?